With the release of Chapter 1059 and the long-awaited return of Blackbeard, the world is steadily shifting in nature due to the changes in the 3-power system, especially with the new innovation of the Seraphim. With the abolishment of the warlords, the fall of Big Mom and Kaido, and the rise of the new Yonko, Luffy, and Buggy D Clown, the world is in a state of uncertainty, and this is something Blackbeard knows all too well. And when the environment is in shambles, when there are factors that you cannot control, that is the best time to strike. After all, Blackbeard is the backbone of every plot twist in One Piece. With every calculated move he takes, he reshapes the world with his actions, and he engulfs it with his darkness. It's a thematic twist on his devil fruits, the Yami Yami no Mi and the Gura Gura no Mi. But since the New World, every move that Blackbeard has made has been in the shadows of his lustrous beard. Ah yes, one day I aspire to grow something as Chadley. While Blackbeard strategically lays the groundwork, only one of his motives has been revealed. And that's the fact that he's attaining the strongest devil fruits that he can find. He attempted to acquire the Mera Mera no Mi. He attained the 9-tailed fox mythical zone, which is now being used by Katarina Devon. Absalom's Suga Suga no Mi, which is now being used by Shiryu. And there's a plethora of theories to what he's doing with Moria. Regardless, having him or his devil fruit in your arsenal can be absolutely terrifying. Like, I don't know, creating an undead army of the strongest pirates filled with the shadow of strong marines like Kobe. But I'll get back to that later. Because while Blackbeard is on a mission hunting down the most overpowered devil fruits, it's all part of a greater goal. He's an opportunist, ergo, if the opportunity presents itself, he'll act upon it. And that's essentially what happened with the Kobe incident. Blackbeard arrived on Amazon Lily with the goal in mind to steal Boa's Mero Mero no Mi. This devil fruit is pretty broken. With Boa's perversion, she can get those who gaze upon her with lustful thoughts petrified into stone. And of course, Blackbeard is the best waifu in One Piece, so it would be true chaos if he got that devil fruit. However, Blackbeard miscalculated. Boa is a lot stronger than he perceived her to be, and he definitely did not expect Rayleigh to show up, but he did expect the Marines to, because the warlord system is abolished. So naturally, the Marines would go after Boa, led by an even stronger Marine, which happened to be Kobe. Now this is a really curious situation, because Kobe and Blackbeard do have a pre-existing connection, going all the way back to the Rocky Port incident, which is a massive point of contention in the One Piece world. It was this circumstance, spearheaded by Trafalgar Law, that gave him the leverage to become a warlord. Kobe was present at that point in time, took up action, succeeded, and became known as a hero throughout the Marines and civilians. What we didn't know until this chapter was the fact that Blackbeard utilized the Rocky Port incident to his advantage. He ousted Wang Ji from the pirate paradise and became the boss. Now confronted by Rayleigh, unable to apprehend Boa and her devil fruit, Blackbeard struck gold and captured Kobe. The question is, why? Well, I have two possible theories. The first theory is that Blackbeard and Kobe do have some ties to one another. Perhaps Kobe anticipated Blackbeard's arrival and put himself into a position to be captured, and move as an undercover sword agent with the objective of relaying information to Aokiji. Many speculate that Aokiji is Blackbeard's 10th Titanic captain and also a sword operative. Now, this situation is definitely likely, but I'm leaning towards the latter. I subscribe to the checkered fate theory, where the New World half of One Piece is written to be a mirrored inversion of Paradise. And there's a lot of evidence backing up this claim. Color spreads, volume covers, arc parallels, and Luffy and Katakuri were fighting in the mirror world and are inversions of one another. So this instance right now is meant to be an inversion on Blackbeard capturing Ace, as his initial declaration of war. Now, I stated before that Blackbeard most likely added Moria or his devil fruit into his arsenal, with the motive of creating an undead army filled with the strongest pirates. Well, what if Blackbeard is just using Kobe for his shadow, and putting it into the corpse of overpowered pirates like Rox D. Zebek? And if he's doing this with Kobe, then perhaps he's doing this with many other Marines and strong pirates. But Kobe is an isolated variable, because he's regarded as a hero. In a sense, he's a proponent of Marine propaganda, and because his reputation exceeds itself, if civilians across the world discovered such a thing, and the Marines did not take action, it would lead to more violent revolution. And the world government is already in a pretty precarious position as it is. The revolutionaries have already incited sparks of freedom, and many countries are following suit, engulfed by an inferno of liberation. Yes, I'm using Sabo's Mera no Mi to get my point across. Blackbeard is essentially playing a game of chess with the world government, and he's forcing them into checkmate. There's also people like Luffy, Garp, and a plethora of other individuals who will not stand idly by as Kobe gets taken into captivity. What we're seeing before our eyes is Blackbeard's first real move since the New World began. He's been steadily stacking the deck in his favor before he reveals what he has hidden in his hand. He's reminding the world that he's still here, a darkness that will swallow everyone. And I cast blame on the Gorosei for these circumstances. I believe that Blackbeard was the individual Shanks was referring to during their conference, and they did not heed his warning in the slightest. Their negligence refusing to take action on Blackbeard and their hyperfixation on Luffy will lead to their downfall. Blackbeard's next move is bound to change the game.